Are you
Hey,
there?
I guess we're live. Antoinette's out of the picture, and it's starting to rain again, so hold on. Antoinette, jump back in the picture. It's already
Keep
started.
going, go.
Well, anyway, welcome to another episode of Legal Shit. We are live from Jaco, Costa Rica, in one of our first foreign live
Yeah.
episodes.
Back away some. Focus. What are you doing?
Stay
focused.
I'm trying to back away, but it's starting to rain again. We are here in Jaco, Costa Rica,
Yeah.
on a lovely rainy Saturday afternoon. It's the rainy season here in Costa Rica, and so this is
Yeah.
expected, right?
Yeah, it is. And every time we were about to start our live, it starts raining. So
And it's going to start raining again, so we may have to move it inside a little bit. Our lighting won't be as good,
yeah,
but as you can see, it's starting to rain in the background again. Anyway, so welcome everyone from Costa Rica.
yeah.
This is our first foreign transmission, right? Our first episode from a foreign country?
Yes, it is. iPad.
Uh-oh.
But I guess I might as well just go back to my phone.
So are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
The phone is live.
Oh, okay.
Everything's live.
Hey, great.
I
All
just
right.
gotta get my notes together. Okay.
So today, interestingly, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida just passed, I think, like 100 different laws
Yeah.
that take effect on July 1st, 2025. And so we're going to discuss just some of the top 10 or 15 or so laws that may be of interest to you. There are a lot.
Yes.
And if you want to go through the whole list of them, go online and look for the newest 100 laws in Florida passed by Governor DeSantis, and they'll all come up.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little shocking, actually. Some of them, you don't
Some
really.
of them won't really. It'll affect you, but it won't affect the mass. Put it that way.
Exactly.
Grab my phone and use my phone instead. Keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just in and out of raindrops here and trying to stay dry.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. You know that song?
Yeah, it's from
Something.
by Burt Bacharach, and it was in the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid with Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Oh.
Oh.
So I'm going to read the description, guys, just to let you know a little bit about what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
So in this episode of Legal Shit, Antoinette and attorney Timothy Schulz breaks down Florida newest law taking effect.
Oh, hold on. You keep reading. I have a margarita sitting over. I'll be right back.
Oh goodness, you got to stop moving because your eyebrows and everything is like changing when you move out of focus. You know, there's a filter on here to make us look extra cute.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you see how your eyebrows are changing?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if we can fix that. Back away.
Yeah.
Not so close. Well, it makes me look good. That's all that matters. Okay, so taking effect in July the 1st, 2025 from extreme speeding. So there's extreme speeding penalties to a ban on adding fluoride to drinking water.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Hello, skincare. You know, I've never posted my little videos about my skincare, but I've been having a lot of problems with my skin in Florida. My face breaks out, so I will show how I take care of my skin to make sure I have this smooth skin again. For a couple years, Tim was like, something's wrong with you, you're crazy, but we're going to get into that.
What does that have to do with skincare? Have to do with the
The water,
laws?
the water.
No, that's for teeth. The fluoride.
Yeah, but the fluoride, and we'll
Anyway.
get to it. Anyways, plus
All right.
major changes for homeschool sports, human trafficking prevention in the schools, and the quirky rename. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. Get myself in trouble. And the rename of the Gulf of Mexico. They cover it all, and real community reactions and practical legal insights you don't want to miss. So here at Legal Shit, I just read the description. This is the description that's on the Legal Shit page, so you can go back and read it. Oh my goodness. Your lipstick and your makeup and your eyebrows look crazy.
Oh well.
It's because I changed it to make my skin look darker, but yeah, it made you look, yeah. Anyway.
Whatever. We're not as polished as we usually are. We're here out in the rain.
I should have told you what number we are on. So
Anyway.
we're gonna go for abuse.
I'm gonna read my top 10 basically. Antoinette may have her.
No. We're gonna read it together. See, this is the unorganization. I sent you the
Disorganization.
notes. I sent you the notes.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about first?
Abuse of the elderly.
Okay.
I'm about to abuse him right now. How about that? Because he won't listen to what I have to say.
And that would be abuse of the elderly because I am 66, and so therefore.
So if you knock him in the neck, in the
All right.
throat, shopping reel right here, I'm sorry, guys, that's also abuse. Even if, wait, can your wife abuse you?
Of course.
I mean, but it's a.
No one believes you, but anyway.
I mean, but if we're married, you can't testify against me.
Yes, I can.
Wait, how does that work where
That's
your
a
wife
privilege.
something?
Marriage to the marital. That's when you have communications between husband and wife. That's privilege.
Oh, that's privilege? Okay,
Yeah, unless
so
it
different
involves
things.
commission of a crime by someone. But anyway.
Well, the only thing I've done was change the hair color. I think that was when I made your hair red. You remember that? Is
Yes.
that abuse of the elderly?
Should have been. I woke up one day after getting my hair touched up a little bit and colored.
Yeah.
It was red.
Ronald McDonald.
Just about red.
Yeah. I told, we were traveling with Morgan and Eric, and I said, do not say anything about his hair. And they were like all laughing and stuff. I was like, ugh, don't say nothing. This is when I was really like, I was getting better.
Yeah.
And now it looks way better.
Anyway.
Back
So.
away from the camera.
Oh my Lord.
It's going to make your eyebrows look
I don't
crazy.
care. It's okay. It's all good.
No, it isn't.
So,
Okay, keep
one
going.
of the first laws that we're going to talk about is abuse of the elderly
Yep.
law. And what this law does is well, it's called, I think, the exploiting vulnerable adults. I think
Yeah.
that's what it's called. And what it does, it allows for substitute service of process. So if someone is abusing the elderly, not physical abuse, but trying to use scams like on the internet and things like that, which
Yeah.
it's huge with the elderly. They do scams, and you know, the people aren't used to the internet, and they give them their private information.
It just doesn't feel like reading. There's so much stuff coming at you.
I know.
Yeah, keep going.
So
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
so people that are exploiting the elderly in that fashion are difficult to find. And so what this law does, it allows, what are you doing?
Keep going. I'm sharing to Facebook.
Oh, okay, hold on. Anyway, can I keep talking?
Yes, please.
Okay, and so it allows for substitute service of process. In other words, you can sue, the elderly person can sue the person that exploited them and they have substitute service of process. They don't have to find them individually to serve them with papers.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to find them. So anyway,
No, because just like the other day, I remember a couple of years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, someone literally was just taking money out of my account, $50 here, $100 here, and
you don't notice it sometimes.
I don't notice it. I mean, sometimes I hate reading my stuff, and I always send all my stuff to you, and I'm like, Tim, take care of this. He watches every penny in his account. If I spend
Every
one
day.
thing on Amazon, oh my Lord, what did you buy? What did you spend? Even though the Amazon is connected, it's different cards, because I have my own personal cards,
just
my
never know.
business, for the nonprofit, for all these different things. He's like, what did you buy? I'm like, you did not pay for it. This was for the nonprofit. This was for my personal stuff. This was for my business. But he pays attention to every detail of his account. And sometimes I pay attention to mine.
Yeah.
Because of that. I'm like, I think they stole like almost $2,000 and
Yeah.
I could not get that money back.
No.
They gave me a couple transactions and they would not let me know who took it. And I'm like, someone had to sign up with the bank. It's getting transferred out.
Yeah. I know. Anyway.
So with the elderlies, I mean, there's more.
There's so many scams with the elderly, and they just don't understand the scam. They're trusting.
Yeah.
I mean, people who are of a certain age, they came from a time when people were trustworthy,
Yeah.
unlike today.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we didn't have the internet and the ability to scam people like we had 20, 30, 40 years ago, or that they have today. So
And
anyway,
it's so easy to scam them because no one wants to read. They can't see. They're tired. They're frustrated. The technology has changed, and now it's sad.
yeah. Oh, by the way, that background is the actual real background.
Oh yeah, we are in the real background. We're outside. It's raining, so we're here.
In the pool area. All right, so
Why
law
you gotta
number
be so
2.
close to me? Go in the rain. I'm just playing. All right. So the number 2 one is speeding penalties.
Oh, okay. This
Penalties, yeah.
affects people who love to race up and down the highway in Florida, I-95, I-10, I-4, or the motorcyclists who like to speed like raving lunatics up
Yep.
these major thoroughfares at 100-something miles an hour.
Yep.
And what this does, it provides for enhanced penalties if you're caught speeding over 100 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour over the speed limit, right? And for first offenders, if you're ticking along at 100 miles an hour, which is not a slow speed.
We need to hold on. I'm not sure if they got all that information.
Oh,
Okay, so
we back
first
again?
offender, yeah, we're back.
Okay, so we got the speeding penalties.
So speeding penalties.
Penalties, enhanced penalties for those who are doing 100 plus miles per hour or 50 miles an hour over the speed limit. So you got to check your speed limit. So if you're in a residential community with 15 mile an hour, don't be doing 65 or 66. And the enhanced penalties, you can actually do up to 90 days in jail if you're a repeat offender.
Wow.
A first-time offender can get up to 30 days in jail. So if you want to speed up 95 at 110 miles an hour, feel free to do so. But if you get caught, you may spend some time in jail.
Yeah.
Fines are up to $1,000. And for repeat offenders, I didn't read everything, but I read where they may be able to take your license away for quite a long time.
Yeah. So you're looking at jail time, I'm not sure if you said, for 30 days for the first offense?
First offense, yeah.
So if you're speeding, you're going to jail. I remember when I was going to, so I'm a Gamecock, go Gamecock, Chicago. So
whatever.
I used to drive 8 hours to school from Florida to South Carolina. And my sister, I always used to take my little sister, my baby sister Erica, with me everywhere. And she was in the passenger side. But, man, that drive is long. It's a dead road, hardly any traffic on there. So, you know, I'm speeding. I've never been to 100. I was like 80 or maybe 85, something like that. I got pulled over. And when I say I've gotten a few tickets in my days, but at the same time with my sister beside me, I got away with all that. So picture if I got a ticket with her there, and I'm going to jail for 30 days. Are they taking you? I know you didn't read into it as much.
I don't think they take you away. I think if you're found guilty, but I'm not sure.
If you're found guilty, I'm
I would
hoping they
imagine.
don't just handcuff you right then and there and just take you. But I used to get out of tickets because my sister was so cute.
That wouldn't be
She
good.
was so cute. She's not all that anymore. Hopefully she's watching this.
All right, so what's up?
Okay, so it's 30 days for the first offense, up to 90 days for repeat stunts, and up to $1,000 fines.
Yeah, so it's significant. So keep it under 100 or keep it at 49 over the speed limit,
So
and you just get a ticket.
If you can't pay your ticket, stop flying down I-95. It's reckless.
Yeah.
For one thing, it's reckless,
It is.
and
You don't need to be doing 100.
$1,000 at this time. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Even if you have the money, it's, why do you need to be doing 100 miles an hour? It's you know. And by the way, if you do the math, I remember we did this when I was a police officer. We did this defensive driving class we had to take, and we got into issues of speeding and speeding around, especially in cities. You know, between 65 and 100, I forget. I'm not going to do the calculation in my head right now, but the amount of time you actually save as compared to the percentage of danger, or the increase in the percentage of you getting hurt, it's not worth it.
Okay,
know?
I'm looking at look at your shoulders. Look how high this one is compared to that one.
That's because this one was broken
like
twice. That's because this one was broken twice.
Look like the humbug of Dr. John. What's going on here?
It's because I broke this twice.
Okay.
The first time in a lacrosse injury, and when we were playing Penn State, up at Penn State, and the second time I don't know how I broke it. It was in New Orleans.
Hopefully it wasn't when you were 66, because that'd be abuse of
No,
elder. You can sue someone.
Yeah, no, that was when I was younger. All right, next one.
And
What's another law that our fine governor passed in Florida?
So the feedback of this law also is that people think it's too harsh of a penalty, so they're like, why, we should be a little bit more lenient, but especially for the young people, I'm like, it is too harsh. Think about how I was young when all this happened. Now I'm older.
Just don't do 100. You don't have to worry about it.
I get it.
Keep it at 95. Keep it at 95, folks, and you'll all be good.
95?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember, by the way, for those of you who are on motorcycles cruising along at 95 or 100 on 95, if you fall off the bike, your body keeps going at 100 miles or 95 miles an hour.
And that's why I don't get on bikes.
You just remember that.
Every time I've gotten on a bike, I either got burnt or something.
I'm
remember
done. Newton's law, things in motion tend to stay in motion unless there's something slowing them down. And so if you're doing 95 or 100 on a motorcycle and you fall off, or someone hits you and you go off the motorcycle, the only thing that stops you is the concrete road rubbing against your head and your skin. So there you go. All right.
All right, so now we're going to fluoride.
Fluoride. Oh, my God. This is okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so this law bans the addition of fluoride in any public waters in Florida. In other words, your city or your county or the state can no longer add fluoride or other types of additives to drinking water. Now, I grew up in the I was born in the 50s, late 50s. I grew up in the 60s when they started putting fluoride in water. And what it did is it really cut down on the amount of tooth decay, because fluoride protects against tooth decay. But now the new thing, and I guess it's part of, I know that's, was it RFK, the head of Health and Human Services, he is a big opponent of fluoride in the water, and I guess DeSantis is jumping on board. And
I think the dentists have something to do with it. If you get if the less fluoride in the water, sorry, it just popped in my head. The less fluoride in the water, the more people come to get their dental care.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, you know how they always say English people have bad dental? So
right. Well,
I'm making it. Sorry, dentist.
You're talking about dentists for the people in England or both?
The dentists. I figure
So maybe the dentists in England are
they'll
3
make
times
more
as bad.
money. They'll make more money if we have bad teeth, and people will come in more for
Agreed.
teeth problems and pain and cavities.
Well,
so that's good.
you know, I'm
for
not
the
a,
dentist
I'm not a
industry.
scientist. I'm not a dentist.
Yeah.
But my understanding of fluoride in the water is it helps prevent tooth decay. That's why they started it, I believe, in the 1960s, and tooth decay in children went way down.
Yeah.
And so now the new push is somehow let's get rid of the fluoride because it does something to, I don't know what it does to everyone. We're smarter, stronger, and larger today than we were 50 years ago.
No, stronger, larger?
Yes.
Who's human
Humans, human beings.
No, they're fat.
Okay, anyway, that's true.
No, fat and
all right,
lazy.
we're not going to get into
What are you
BC.
talking
We're not going to
about?
get into BC problems. But anyway, just
That's not wise because they don't work out enough and they don't exercise and they don't
Well, it has
and
nothing
they
to do with
drive
fluoride.
all the time and they're
Has
eating way
nothing
more
to do
than
with-
they're supposed to eat.
have
Ow.
nothing to do with fluoride.
This is abuse of the black person. I'm not getting beat anymore. I'm done
All
with
right, all right.
all the scars on my back was
So,
from him.
oh my lord. So anyway, fluoride. We're talking about
Fluoride,
fluoride.
yes.
Fluoride. So supposedly the law is part of the law. It says it has to do with people's personal choices. In other words, if you don't want to have fluoride in the water, we shouldn't force it on you. So therefore, we're not going to put it in the public drinking water. And if you want to,
You buy toothpaste or you put it in your own water or
I
whatever.
guess there's fluoride toothpaste. I don't know how.
All I know is hard water, and all
It
I
is
know
hard
is
water.
the water turns my hair yellow.
It is hard water.
And here, I'm in Costa Rica, and look, my hair is still blondish a little bit. It looks almost like my clothes. When I'm in Florida, my hair is yellow, my face breaks out.
Oh yeah.
When I say, I will post in the video around this part how my face breaks out. And all my friends, I keep telling them, so right now, this is how I take care of my face. And I will show you my routine eventually. I have a kettle. And then I also started getting skin tags. I know I'm jumping. But I have a kettle. A kettle. And then I boil the water, and when the water cools, I wash my face with it. And I started washing my neck with it also because I started getting a lot of skin tags. And I'm like, why are these skin tags? It's a shower. My mom even bought me a filter. I bought a filter. The filter did not help. My face was breaking out with pussy pimples. Like you could pop it and it could fly, like literally fly out my face.
right.
And what do you mean, all right? This is how he was when I was complaining. He kept on, every time I complain about something, Tim,
Anyway.
he swats it away, like he doesn't believe, like I'm in fantasy
No, I believe
world.
you, but I just don't
You
think
don't
people
be-
want to talk
no,
about popping pimples. But anyway.
Yes, they do. Popping pimples and feet
Well,
are
how'd
one
the-
of the number one viewed things.
Okay, but fluoride water. We're talking about fluoride in water.
I don't know.
Oh.
All I know, the water is dirty.
Okay.
So whatever you guys can do, the water is, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
My face used to break out. I boil all my water. Only thing I don't boil the water for is when I'm bathing down right from shoulder all the way down. But neck and face, I boil my water. Even my hair, so it doesn't, because, I rinse my hair with boiled water. I will show you my routine. Tim, nothing happens to him. He never gets sick. He doesn't break out. Nothing happens to him. He's like a garbage disposal. It's like the
Can we go on with the governor's
but
laws?
me, my skin will start breaking out and
Oh,
everything.
my
So
Lord.
if you're
Okay.
breaking out from this water, I'm telling you, Florida water.
All right. Maybe put some fluoride on your head. You'll all be good.
I don't know about the fluoride. I don't know
Anyway,
anything.
let's go
All
to the
I
next
wanted
law.
to talk about was the water.
Next
Be
law.
careful of the damn water.
Next law.
Okay, go ahead.
what's-
Next law is hold on, where am I?
I don't know.
I got lost. So abuse of the elderly, speeding penalties, non-compete clauses.
Okay.
Oh wait, feedback on the water. So the public feedback finally lets family decide what. So some people like it. Finally lets people decide what's in their water. My kids' teeth need that fluoride. Some say that my kids' teeth need that fluoride. Now I'll pay extra for treatments. There you go. And some say I just want clearer skin like Antoinette. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how fluoride
Do
works.
what you gotta do, girl.
I don't know if you can get an application at the dentist, if you can buy things, if those commercial, toothpaste and stuff are good.
Back
I
away
just
from the camera.
I just don't know.
It's turning you. It's turning you.
I know you.
fluoride.
I got you. Turn me
Let
into
me see
fluoride. Stop touching the camera.
I have to, because you're getting too close. I don't know why your face is changing.
Anyway, anywho. All right, what are you talking about now? Non-compete clauses.
Non-compete clauses.
All right.
Look at your eyebrows. Can you see that?
No. All right, so
Can you guys see that? Okay, go ahead.
non-compete clauses. For those of you who aren't aware of what they are, or if you do, but they're kind of not quite sure, non-compete clauses are usually in employment agreements when you sign up to work for someone, or you're in a partnership agreement maybe, whatever.
Yeah.
But the non-compete clause usually says that you can't take what you've learned at your employer or your place of business and then screw your employer or place of business by going to a competitor and giving them all the different secrets that you learned at employer number one.
Yeah.
So what they say is you can't compete in the same type of industry for a period of time, and there's a whole lot involved in determining whether or not you're violating a non-compete. But there's always been some case law that says non-compete clauses are against public policy, things like that. And so what this law does is where am I? It says that these non-compete clauses are now enforceable. They're not in violation of public policy. They're not against public policy. And that a 4-year limit, a 4-year ban on competing is okay. And it requires the courts to issue an injunction against the violating employee. So if I'm working for you and I learn all these secrets and then I go to work for a competitor, I can't contact your customers and I can't use those secrets for up to 4 years. And I can be enjoined, meaning the entry of an injunction by the court if I'm doing so.
I think that's fair because as small business owner, you work so hard. You're the marketing person, the photographer, the business person, the accountant, this, and then someone comes in and you have to hire employees because you can't do everything yourself. So now someone comes in and they just come in and they take your entire, all your business. They take your clients. So how do you fight with that? So I agree with the non-compete laws.
Well, there's also still limitations on them. Under the law, they can't be. Like I did a case where the non-compete clause, literally, these guys couldn't sell a glass of water anywhere in the world. I mean, it was so bad. And I think it's starting to rain again. Yeah, a little bit.
At least we have the mics this time, so that's good.
And so, some non-competes can still be overbroad and too restrictive. But what this law does is it says they're not against public policy. They're okay to have, and for 4 years, that's sufficient duration. And anything over 4 years, that becomes problematic. But you still have other challenges to it. That it's just simply overbroad. It can't put you out of business. It can't say that you can't go to work ever anywhere, and knowing what you know. So, but there's a whole nuanced part of the law about that. So that's all right.
So my thoughts on non-compete compete. So let me vote up to 4 years. If you leave a job, violate your non-compete, the court can block you from compete. The court can block you from working for a competitor. Yeah. That's all I have on that.
That's issue an injunction. Okay. What's the next one?
So just be careful.
Yeah. If you haven't, by the way, if you're starting employment or getting into a business with someone and there's a non-compete clause, I would have someone look at it, have an attorney look at it briefly, just to let you know what the ins and outs are and whether or not you think it's too constructive or not. Okay. Well, you may have some background noise because we're right near the restaurant at the Haka Hotel.
The other thing is Dangerous Dog Act.
Oh, the Dangerous Dog Act. Okay. Known as the Pam Rock Act, and I don't know where that name came from. But anyway.
Rocking it, I don't know. My aunt's name's Pam.
Okay, maybe it's from Pam. Maybe it's from, anyway, the Dangerous Dog Act. For owners with, I guess, dogs with dangerous behaviors, and I think that's in the statute, how that's defined. Usually a dog attacks someone or bites someone, they tend to have dangerous behaviors. And for those types of owners, and if your, dog is found to have those, you are now going to be required to microchip and spay or neuter your dog. So you're going to have to insert the does your dog have a microchip?
No microchip.
Okay, but you have to put the microchip in now, and you have to spay or neuter them so they can't have little dogs.
Yeah. Don't worry, my mom did that.
You're going to have to, what?
My dog was having her cycle, and my mom was tired of it, so she neutered. She always just does things without asking. Spader?
Yeah.
So men are neutered.
I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, maybe your dog was neutered, we just don't know. Maybe it's really a male.
Go ahead, spade.
Anyway.
Goodness,
you're also going to be required to secure a $100,000 insurance policy insuring against any violent acts by your dog, any bad acts, biting someone.
Hey.
And you're also going to have to, I don't know how they define this, but confine them in safe enclosures. I don't know if that means a big fence around your yard or a cage inside your house. I don't know. But anyway, so that's going to be the new requirement for people with dogs with dangerous behaviors.
Okay. I have a couple of friends with dogs, and they're always getting kicked out of either their location. But
Oh,
her
yeah.
dog has never bit anyone, or his dog has never bit anyone either. But it's, people are a little nervous, especially if it's a big dog. People get nervous. My dog is what? I just found out my dog's 14 years old.
Yep.
I've been telling everyone she's 12 or 11. I didn't know. Found out I got her in 2011, and I'm running around with this dog like she's a young pup. Everyone keeps on saying she's older, all her gray hair is out. And I look back, in fact, not me, I'm taking credit. My sister looked back to find out when did we get the dog. And good thing Facebook did not shut down one of my pages when I first started Facebook. And it showed it when I got Mimi, my puppy.
Yeah.
And she can't hear, but she follows you everywhere. I've stepped on her this week maybe 10 times, I think. She's just literally stuck onto you because she never knows when you're leaving. And sometimes I try to sneak out because I don't want to take her with me. And then I feel guilty that I leave her in the house, but I can't take her everywhere with me, especially at Pistache. Pistache changed their laws, their rules.
Yeah, no dogs.
Yeah, so no dogs in the Pistache. So
I guess unless they're licensed service
so sometimes
dogs.
I have to leave her, even though she's a licensed service dog.
Anyway, that's a whole nother subject we'll talk about on another episode. But anyway, all right. What's our next
But she has
DeSantis
no
law?
teeth. She doesn't bite. Why are you changing the subject? He always gets so uncomfortable in scenes. That's why we don't do enough posting, because
I just want to move along.
Stop being scary and shy. People are watching us. Like, literally, there's a group of people behind this camera watching us perform and doing all this stuff. And Tim is so uncomfortable
I'm
right
not.
now.
I'm
Yes,
getting
you are.
what I'm uncomfortable with is getting rained on.
You still have on your swim shirt.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see if there's anything about dogs, because you're rushing me. So it's 100K, so at least 100K. That's what you need to
Of
know
insurance.
of liability.
I said that,
insurance.
100,000.
I know you said it. I'm just
Okay.
saying it again. So confine your dog securely if she's a biter. All right?
Yep.
What's next?
I don't know. What's the next? You're the.
Anti-swatting.
Oh, that's the 911 calls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake 911 emergency. Someone gets hurt, and
Yeah.
if someone gets hurt, go ahead.
Yeah, so now it's if you call in a fake 911 call, and it results in injury or death, it's now a felony for doing so. So if they can trace that call to you,
Good.
and someone got injured or killed as a result of your fake 911 call, you can go to jail.
Yeah, because some people are just haters, straight up haters. I'm not gonna lie.
And if your fake 911 call probably results, or it says that it requires restitution. So if they can prove that you called in a fake 911 call, I'm telling you what you're going to get. You're going to get a bill from the police department,
Yep.
or the fire department, or whomever from the public services had to go to this
'Cause
location.
it's expensive
Yeah.
to train all these people. The fire department, it's expensive, and the police officers.
Yeah.
And then you're calling them on a fake call.
Yeah.
And they have to rush out there because they have to take every call seriously.
Yeah.
And if you say something like, "Oh my goodness, this person's waving a gun. This person is this," and people have been shot and killed, like kids,
Yeah.
having toy guns and they're playing in their yards, all kind of stuff. People have been killed because
Yeah.
of their fake calling, or because of someone's just jealousy or hatred or
Yep.
racism.
Yeah.
So good for this. I like this law.
It's a good law.
Yeah, I like this law.
What's next?
If you don't know, stop being a little nosy neighbor. If you don't know what's going on, if you don't know the truth, or if you don't know if it's real, mind your own business. But still be aware. You can record, just in case it's real. But if you're just doing it out of hate and just annoyed that someone's out there, or someone's playing their music too loud, or this blah blah blah.
Well, what's the famous case? The one from, I don't remember all the details.
so
the one,
many.
No, the one from Central Park. It was I can't remember what it was. A woman called about a black guy in Central Park, and the
Oh
cops came.
yeah, and he was a bird watcher.
He was like a bird watcher.
He was a bird
she said he was
watcher.
doing certain things. I think he was arrested, went to jail, and I don't
I'm
remember
not
all the
sure,
details.
But good thing he was recording.
Right, he recorded
and
it.
he
Yeah.
recorded her like, "Oh my goodness, he's hurting me."
Oh
I
my
think that's
God.
where Karen came up. That's where they started calling Karens.
Anyway.
People who are accusing other people of doing stuff when they're really not doing it because they're just
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Put it out that way.
That was
they're
crazy.
racist.
And luckily, I think he recorded it, and he was able to
Yeah.
show that she was just lying.
She was
It was just a
lying,
fake
blatant
911
lying,
call.
yeah.
So anyway, in Florida now, if you do that, it could be a felony if there's
Yeah.
injury or death, and
Because
that
over
could
the
be a
years, a
problem.
lot of people have been shot because of that.
All right, what's next? What's another law?
So swatting,
Our fine
we
governor.
have hands-free law.
Oh yes,
This is the most important one.
that's right. Everyone in today's world owns a cell phone. It
Yeah.
appears, all around the world, no matter where we
Anybody
travel.
have it.
Oh,
Keep
bug
going.
repellent. Everywhere we go, everyone's got cell phones.
Yeah.
This new law says that you are no longer allowed to drive and be holding a telephone, not using
Bugs.
it, holding. Oh, she's doing bug repellent. Yeah, we got a
Yeah,
little.
mosquitoes. I feel something biting me. I don't want any more bites.
We
Look
are-
at my skin. It's glowing. I don't want any bites on my skin.
We
I've
are-
been
we
doing
are-
good for these past couple
We are
years.
in the tropics here in Hako,
I can feel it.
and the mosquitoes love Antoinette.
Yeah.
Not me so much, but love Antoinette. I don't know why. Oops. We have to move the camera. It's getting a little wet out there.
Yeah.
You can probably see in the background that it's raining. If you can, I can't tell. Can't see. But you can look at the pool.
Yeah, you can see the pool shaking.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's raining.
Anyway. Yeah, the mosquitoes here in Hako love Antoinette.
Yeah. I even put it in my hair.
Yep.
A little bit on my forehead. I've been bitten on my face before. That's how serious it's been.
All right, so the hands-free law.
Yes.
This law says that it's not only illegal to text while driving, you can now no longer drive while holding a cell phone or other
Like
wireless
this.
device.
Can't even do this.
You can't even put it on
hold
you can't even rest it on your lap, by the way. So, think you're going to rest it on your leg and talk. If they see you and they can prove that you're on the phone, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. So technically, you have to have it like either glued to the windshield or
Yeah,
whatever.
one of those holders.
And it's only one touch. You can touch it to turn it on.
Turn it off.
Or turn it off or something like that.
Yeah.
Especially with the directions and stuff.
It's
Because I
that-
use my phone for directions.
I think the law says you can do quick taps with a single fingerprint
Yeah.
to activate, deactivate, initiate, or terminate a call. But it includes phones, tablets, GPS units, any wireless communication device. You're no longer allowed to, like Antoinette just said, you can't just drive like this and not
Yeah.
even if it's off.
Yeah.
Just either
Or
put it in the
can-
holder
What about
or
in your pocket? Can it be in your pocket?
probably.
I don't know.
I don't know how they're going to prove it, but anyway.
But just also remember, if you have an accident, they can also check the record on when the accident took place with when you were on your phone also.
Yeah.
So
Even-
be aware of that.
And even if you're stopped at a light or you're in stop and go traffic, same thing. You just can't hold a cell phone anymore,
Yeah. It's
or else you get a
dangerous.
ticket. It is dangerous.
I wish we had looked up how many people have been killed with cell phone crimes or whatever you want to call it. What is it? Cell phone what?
Well,
Misuse? Cell
Misuse,
phone,
yeah,
using a
yeah,
cell phone
yeah.
while you're driving?
I find I was just in Thailand recently, and I find it absolutely amazing when I see guys and girls driving motorbikes, looking down at their cell phone, and the
Yeah.
traffic is absolutely horrendous. I'm scared to even walk around there sometimes. The traffic is so bad,
Yeah.
and these guys are cruising up and down the streets in Thailand, texting while one hand on a motorbike. It's
Yeah.
insane. But anyway, that's in Thailand.
So
Can't-
what I will tell you now, guys, buy a great mount. Maybe that's what I need to start
A what?
selling for the
what?
nonprofit. To help the nonprofit raise money for the nonprofit. Cell phone mounts.
There you go.
Yeah, $10 cell phone mounts. I think we have a little girl that wants to be in our camera shot. She's right here. She's gradually coming closer and closer. You need me to move over a little bit because you keep on crouching my space.
Well, because it's raining.
You want me to stand on that side?
No.
I'll stand on this side because you're doing too much.
I was just getting wet.
You're crouching my space. Okay, now you're good. Thank you. I don't like this side. Oh, you can have that side back. There's a little, it makes your eyes look funny.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to turn it this way. Because he's couching my space. Every minute I move over.
Well, now I'm not. Now,
Be centered in the camera. Every time I go over a little bit, he just wants to be all up. I'm like, give me some space. We're going to be centered in the camera, please.
Okay.
You can move over a little bit. Just a little bit. Look
Okay, there you
towards
go.
me.
I go. I just go. There you go.
There you go.
How's that?
Much better. Before it's like I'm like this and he's like that.
Anyway.
See
All right.
that pull
What-
better. So
So what-
invest in a new mount
Yeah,
for your car.
yeah.
I do have a few of those.
No,
I
but
have
I-
some mounts. Just thought about that.
The only thing I thought about in this law is that it could be misused, I think, by the police. And I'll give you an example. Not of this law, not the enforcement of this specific law, but a few months ago I was driving up 95. I was doing 55 to 58. I wasn't speeding at all.
Okay.
I was in the left lane, closest to the left shoulder, and I saw that there were a number of state troopers all along the median, whatever that's called, the shoulder of
Yeah.
95. And once I passed by, this state trooper pulled out. I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, so I pulled over one lane to let him pass by, and he pulled behind me, flipped on his lights. So I said, oh, I'm getting pulled over. I pulled over, he said, I rolled down my window and he said, do you know what you're being stopped for? And I said, honestly, no. And he goes, your seatbelt. And I said, my seatbelt's on. He goes, yeah, but we couldn't see inside your window because the tint was too dark, and therefore we couldn't tell if your seatbelt was on or not. So
I didn't do it.
Yeah. So, I'm afraid that now the police will just pull you over for some bullshit and then say, oh, we were checking to see if we thought we might have seen you using your cell phone. And then they look, then once they stop you, they look up your driver's license, your registration. Oh, there's a warrant out for you. You're under arrest. Boom.
Yep.
So,
And just let you know, I did not tint that car. That was not me. I tinted perfectly. I mean, the tints are tint. I gave them the right, what they were supposed to tint with. It was supposed to be legal.
He came by, he went and got his meter. He got his little meter, so I'll show you. And he came back with the meter and he put it on there and it was over. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I always thought if you could see through, that was okay. That was before we had this goofy
Tim
little meters.
doesn't know that I tinted his windshield, what is it called?
Windshield.
Your windshield. I tinted that too.
Yeah, anyway.
They made me take all mine off. It's so hot. Like the sun is just coming in burning.
Yeah. So
it is so hot.
He let me go because I told him I'm a retired cop and showed him my retired badge.
Yeah.
He let me go. But, maybe get the windows retinted, he said.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, but anyway.
No. Good thing you're getting rid of your car.
That's right. That's right.
It's like, why do I need a car? I'm getting rid of this car.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next?
Let me see what else. So we talked about the freehand law. Now we're talking about stricter teen driving.
Oh. All right, so...
I got one bite, man.
This only involves teenagers, but the new law says that teens from 15 to 17 that are applying for learner's permits now have to complete a classroom driver education course in addition to the traffic law and substance abuse course that they now have to take. I don't know any about this because I'm not a teenager and haven't applied for a learner's permit in 50 or so years.
If he exercised, he'll look more like a teenager.
Yeah.
He's been using his lotion, so now his skin is supple. It's supple. But if he exercised now, maybe he'll, revert back a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Because yesterday when we were walking through the water, someone was struggling. When you never used to struggle before. Maybe if you exercise, I'm not going to say it anymore, maybe if you exercise a little bit more. The amount of time you hang out is the amount of time you exercise. We can balance that off.
All right. I wasn't struggling because of the water. I was struggling because of the rocks I was stepping on. But anyway.
Yeah, because his feet are sensitive.
Okay.
If you were born in Jamaica, you'll be running up and down the streets.
Yeah, man.
All these Jamaican men that are 60-something, they can still run up and down the streets with their bare feet.
Yeah, man.
Your feet too soft.
Oh, your feet too soft, man. You want to move the phone in a little bit? We may have to.
Phone is not getting wet. The legs are getting wet.
All right.
So where am I?
I don't know.
So we're talking about the teens. So parents sitting. Oh, also, doesn't it say something about their driving? They have to take hours, driving hours.
You have to have 50 hours of practice driving, I believe.
Yeah.
50 hours of supervised driving, and then a parents must sign their certificate that they gave you 50 hours of supervised driving.
Plus, I think they have to do it in school or something. I remember back in the days, I used to do. I used to be on a little module, and it was in school, and I literally learned to drive on the module in school like a video game. So
anyway.
Hopefully they bring that back, and the kids will be better at driving.
We took driver education in high school.
As soon as my sister got her license, I was like, I'm the passenger. I was not driving anymore. As soon as she gets in the car, I am always the passenger. Oh my goodness, guys, it is raining. Let me show you. Let's turn it around and show you.
That's gonna get the crowd.
Yeah, this is what you're seeing. It is raining like crazy. So we're at the Hako Beach Resort. Hako Beach what?
Hotel.
Hotel. Yeah. And those are the people eating their food meanwhile we do this podcast.
Right. Flip them around.
Let's flip it around. Let's back it up some. All right, so I'm going to back the camera up again. If you're not touching the pole, that means you're too close.
Okay.
All right, so stricter teen law. So good luck, parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good luck, teens, getting your license.
And you know who helped me get my license? My stepdad. My mom had no patience.
Yeah.
No patience. Even my sister. I helped my sister, my stepdad, her dad, which is my stepdad, helped her. Yeah. So find a patient person that's not going to be snapping at you every minute, and that can stay calm in the car. Good luck, parents.
Okay.
So we did this expand execution method. Oh Lord, can we do that one last?
Why?
Okay, go ahead.
So the new law for expanded the death penalty law, basically.
Yeah.
Governor DeSantis signed a law that basically says all methods of putting someone to death who are on death row are lawful as long as they haven't been found unconstitutional. So I think you can use a firing squad, lethal gas, in addition to lethal injection.
Do they always have death penalties in Florida, or they just started doing it again? I mean, they had it back in the days.
Yeah,
We know that.
I don't remember.
You used to hang us. You know, we know death penalty, how it goes.
It goes through so many different, all different states have different stuff, and I don't know when if Florida's ever ended or not. I'm not sure. But anyway, Florida has it, and
it's unconstitutional.
And it's as long as the method is not or hasn't been found unconstitutional, they can use it. So now they can have firing squads.
And they can hang people. We can bring
no,
it back.
I think hanging is unconstitutional.
What about burning at the stake? You can burn us again?
That's
no?
it. I think it's unconstitutional because it's a cruel and unusual punishment under the 8th Amendment, I think it is.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
So because hanging doesn't always kill people right away, they suffer. So burning, I guess.
So guys, no, just coming to America or coming to Florida, they don't play. And they're not playing anymore with you guys, so.
Yeah, anyway, all right.
Dangerous times.
Yeah.
Renaming the Gulf of Mexico
God.
to the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, don't get me in trouble. I don't want to be hung or burned to the stake or anything like that. So compose yourself.
I know.
Thank you. I am still black. The last time I checked.
Anyway.
You're white. You get away with a lot of shit.
So
legal shit.
Under the DeSantis' new law, all public school materials and I guess state statutes, governmental statutes, all must change any reference to the Gulf of Mexico to now the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
So probably at a cost of millions of wasteful dollars, we're going to change everything. It's not only just a lot of waste of money. It's a waste of money when people are going around firing federal employees, firing people who are now losing their jobs to save some money, but we can spend millions of dollars updating all of the records and all the school books and everything else, millions, probably hundreds of millions, to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. It just seems silly to me. It seems like one of those things that is just wasteful. I know some people say, oh, well, it's great for nationalism and blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, does it really matter? It's been the Gulf of Mexico since the 1550s.
Yeah.
1550s.
1550s?
1550s is when it was like named. 1550. Yes, it's been the Gulf of Mexico since the 1550s.
So why are we wasting money on this?
I don't know. It's just silly. It's the whole thing.
Does it bring more fish or something? What's the Gulf of Mexico? Well,
a lot of fishing.
We didn't look up how important it is.
It's huge. It's bordered by the United States, Mexico, and Cuba, and it's huge. It's shrimp and fishing. It's absolutely huge. All the shrimp that goes in New Orleans and stuff like that.
But
all
is it going to make the shrimp better?
No, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to change the name.
Just changing the name. That's it.
That's it. Just change the name.
It's not going to improve no fishing life
no, it does nothing.
Nothing.
Just change the name.
So you're just spending money. We're just spending money.
Pissing it away. Might as well take it and just throw it away. But we're going to fire federal employees and have them lose their jobs and things like that to save a few $100,000, a few $1 million. So we'll spend
that's
a few
the
million.
money they'll use. Fire some employees, and that's the money they're going to use to change the Gulf of Mexico, all the books and the materials.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. I think it's something a government need not be involved with. It's been around since the 1550s. Get over it. Get over it, and let's move on and do something useful instead of spending hundreds or tens of $1 million on a military parade in the streets of Washington. Let's move on. Let's do some useful stuff. But anyway, that's my take. I'm all for, making America great. I'm all for nationalism. We are a great country. We've been a great country. We've saved the world in World War II, and we do a lot of great things. But some things are just a little over the top. But anyway, that's my take.
My black ass gonna shut my mouth.
Okay, what's next? What other kind of laws do we have?
I already know we can get hung. Oh, no, we can't get hung. Okay, so
you can. It's not lawfully.
It's not. Oh goodness, my life. I love my life. All right, so the next one is human trafficking awareness in schools.
What is that about?
That's why you should have paid attention to my notes.
I didn't read them all.
So this new law requires K-12 schools to educate kids on human trafficking signs and preventions. Teachers must be trained on how to spot abuse and exploitation. So what's going on is Florida is one of the top human trafficking area, and human trafficking it's a lot going on. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Because I work with early child. I work with kids, but I don't think about human trafficking. I think about sports. I think about self-esteem. I think about all these different things to make them better. But human trafficking is big.
It's huge.
Public feedback. People say it's about time our kids need to know how to protect themselves, which is good.
Yeah.
Which my mom taught me. My mom always. So,
Run, Forrest, run.
No. Like even if, like when I was younger and an older person tried to mess with me or something, my mom always told me to be naive. Do not like if someone's trying to flirt with you, just be naive, be dumb. Like you don't even know what's going on. So that because once you start responding and you start interacting with them, they take it to the next level. Like, oh, you like this, huh? You like this? Oh, can I do this? It's just.
Yeah.
I've always played naive. I always put shorts under my clothes. Even my little sister, I used to dress her like a little boy when she was young because she was so pretty. You got to train your kids, put it that way, and be aware of what's going on.
It's a real problem.
I worry they'll scare my kids too much. No, the kids need to be scared. They need to know what's going on. Knowledge is not scary. It's called knowledge.
Yeah, I think there's a way to teach.
Kids are
I think there's a way to
resilient.
teach kids to be aware.
Yeah.
Just like when I was growing up, my mom used to say, "Don't talk to strangers."
Yeah.
Like if a stranger comes up to you, just keep walking. Don't talk to them, and then run away if need be. But
and tell them exactly what can happen. History, that's why people are so simple. They don't want to know history. They don't want to know the truth. If you don't know the truth, that's what's scary.
Yeah,
That's what's dangerous when you don't know the truth and the facts.
yeah.
We need more community workshops for parents too, not just the schools. And there's a lot of movies making a difference. There's a lot of nonprofits that talk about what is it called we're talking about?
Human trafficking.
Human trafficking. There's a lot of nonprofits that deal with this stuff because it's a big thing in Florida, especially for women and even for men. They are trafficking both parties, so be careful. And just stay knowledgeable. Every little thing, don't just take my word for it. Educate yourself. I'm not the end all, I'm not the dictionary. I may lead you a little bit too wrong or too right. You gotta educate yourself and know the truth for yourself. Don't just believe everybody's, what someone says. Oh, the sky is red. Oh, the sky is red. We're gonna wear red, white, and blue today because the sky is red.
Yeah.
We're turning the sky red for 4th of July. Don't be naive. Educate yourself.
What's the next one? That's all I had.
So bonus, homeschool and private school sports. So homeschoolers are missing out on the sports that the public schools are getting. So if you homeschool,
They're now allowed to participate.
they're allowed to participate and join the team sports. Private school kids can now play sports for their local public schools, just like public school kids can. So, and it's good for them because then when you're on a team and you're learning team sports, you look at things different. You care about people different. You understand it's not just all about you. It's not that selfish world.
It's great.
You learn to be given. You learn to care a little bit more. If your teammate gets hurt, even the other teammate, if you see them getting hurt, you run over. You want to help them.
Yeah.
These are little skills, little nuggets that kids need to have when they're growing up, so they're not mean people.
Excuse me. Well, plus you learn to interact with people. You learn to work together as a team. And so it's not, like you said, it's not just all about you.
Yeah.
I mean, a great quarterback is a great quarterback, but without the rest of the team, they're nothing. Because if their linemen don't keep the guys away from them, the best quarterbacks are going to get crushed in any level, high school, junior high school, college.
Yeah.
And same. So you have to learn to work together as a team and play your part in doing so. And so I like the fact that even though your parents have decided to homeschool you,
which I love homeschooling, you need it.
But you get to also get to participate in sports.
Yep.
You get to go to the public school and meet the kids and interact with them and play sports.
I think the public school parents that are not making the effort to teach their kids a little bit more at home and educating their kids at home, they're doing their kids injustice or disjustice or whatever.
An injustice.
Injustice. I think the homeschoolers, they're doing a great job, but they still should be mingling with other kids. But the public school parents, you need to step it up. You're not doing your job. You're just lazy to me. You need to put a little bit more effort. I don't care how tired you are, how many jobs you have. Spend an hour with your child, 30 minutes to an hour, and teach them something new every time. Don't just let the school system teach everything, because the school system also is only teaching enough and what they want to teach from the government. You should also know your knowledge, teach teach the right things too, and put a little education from you, not just the messiness that you have or your problems in your life or your drama.
Yep. They're now
Teach
teaching
them
them about the Gulf of America.
Yeah, so teach them a little bit more. They need to know.
Yeah.
So parents, take the time to educate yourself and learn a little bit more also, so you can educate your kids.
Right.
Don't just let the school system do it all for you. So
What's another law?
I think that's it. That's all I have so far.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Just so you know, there are like 100 new laws, somewhere between 70 and 100 new laws
Yeah, 78 and 100, yeah.
that Governor DeSantis passed that all become effective, I believe, July 1st, just in a few weeks. But it's important, if you're interested in these laws, to go online and look them up, and you can actually pull up the statutes that are going into law, and you can read about what they do or don't allow. And I think it's important information for you to know, especially Florida residents or people coming into Florida.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a Florida resident, you're going to have a problem coming in if you're doing 100,
Yeah.
down 95 because you're in a rush to get to the Keys.
Or you're in a rush to get to the airport.
Yeah.
Trying
yeah.
to, you watched it, what does it call it? You made the time too late and you made it too close to
Yeah,
leaving, and
yeah.
you're rushing. Yeah, you got to be careful.
But but I think the real one law that's going to impact a lot of people is the cell phone law.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
that one's tough.
I
I'm
think,
not gonna lie.
I think the cops are going to be told, if you see anyone holding a cell phone, even just like this,
Yeah.
or talking, like they're sitting there talking to themselves, I mean, what you can do is leave your cell phone on your seat and use Wi-Fi. Have an earbud.
Oh,
or
your
something.
earbuds.
Yeah.
You can do your earbuds, and you can be like, Siri, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Siri, direct me to here. Siri
Yeah,
does
yeah.
this, blah blah.
So you can do certain things. You can just yell out, "Hey Siri." But anyway, so that's it.
That's it.
So as you can see, we're here on another rainy day.
Yeah.
Actually, did it rain yesterday? A
No,
little
it
bit?
didn't rain yesterday. It rained the
day before?
and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
This one, today's Saturday. We should be on the beach doing something, but it is raining, and it is okay. It's still nice.
Oh yeah.
And I'm happy that finally we're back on getting our legal shit.
Legal shit together.
Getting our legal shit together, getting our podcast. So most
We were
time-
traveling for
Yes.
a few different weeks. Antoinette was traveling.
Yeah.
But why don't we tell them why we're here in Costa?
Oh,
Give
so
a little shout
if
out.
you check out my page,
Hold
and
on.
make sure you subscribe to Legal Shit Podcast. This is what I've been bringing around in Costa Rica. I've only been confident or not too nervous to let only one person follow so far. I
Yeah.
only have one subscriber. I've been so uncomfortable or nervous because I don't know if anyone's speaking English or what. Sometimes you think they're speaking English. They're Europeans from another country
Yeah.
or whatever.
You just
They're
don't
just
know.
here for their vacation. And there's bus loads of people. Let me turn it around. The bus load just left. Yeah. So we're at the Hotel Hako, and the people just left. If you noticed earlier. But
Out in the background, if you couldn't really see it, but is the Pacific Ocean,
yeah.
which is that way, which is west.
Mm-hmm.
And then behind us is the pool. And lovely foliage here at Hotel Hako. But
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead about the dentist. Give it a little plug out.
We went to Dentist Chavez. Dr.
Yeah.
Chavez. And I had like a little rocky tooth right here. I had an implant done a couple years ago.
Dario Chavez.
Dario
I think
Chavez.
it's Dario Chavez. He's a dentist down here in Costa Rica that we've been going to for how long?
Oh goodness, I've been
5-6 years
since I've
now?
known you.
Has it been that long? I don't
Yeah,
think so.
since 10 years. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. So veneers, implants. Now I have a few retainers because I did have a gap before, and my gap was opening up, so I had to, fix that. But every time I come down here, this is what I do. It's my dental visit, my vacation,
People-
It was hurting a little bit. It was giving me a little ache, and I didn't want the problem of breaking a veneer
yeah.
on top of everything else,
Yeah, no, we came, I don't know how long ago, we went to Dr. Chavez, and I don't remember why I asked about a dentist here in Hako. Maybe I had an issue,
Yeah.
and I asked Hugo, who's our driver down here for a number of years, and Hugo Transportation, he takes us from the airport and back and forth.
Yeah, and we'll do another page. We'll do another video on that to let you know about Hugo, the dentist. Also on my page, Antoinette Travels and Health. If you scroll down in the description on YouTube, you see where I posted or I did a live on my dental process and how
Oh, yeah.
clean the place is. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the dentist's
When I
office
say
is
it's clean
clean as a whistle.
It's like you can eat off the floor.
but also modern.
Yeah.
I mean, I think now, from what I understand, a lot of the dentists in the U.S. are catching up.
Yeah.
But when I first went to Dr. Chavez, my dentist in Florida did not have the equipment he had. We were still doing X-rays with those big things they put in your mouth, and you got to bite down and hold on to it, and you're choking and gagging. Now it's all they take a scanner.
They just get a scanner
and they scan your 3D scan of your entire mouth. And also, Dr. Chavez has the equipment where he can. Well, here I came down here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was down here 2-3 weeks ago because I had a crown back here and it broke off. And so I had to get the crown replaced. So he came in, we did a whole full mouth x-ray. They do a whole 360-degree x-ray on this machine. So no more x-rays of biting down on a big screen. And then it displays it on a screen. He can say everything is wrong with any tooth. Anyway, so I came down and did a 360 x-ray, did a full cleaning, full examination, and got a new crown put on. And he makes the crown, like he literally measures it with a little wand, and then says, go have a seat and come back in like 30, 40 minutes.
And it's there.
And the crown's made, and he puts it in by.
But Costa Rica is known for
medical dental. Yeah, they're great.
And also, they're the place where what's it called? It's not veneers. It's not.
Oh, Invisalign. Invisalign. Yeah.
This is the hub for Invisalign.
Yeah.
So it's good to know. Maybe one day we can go to the Invisalign factory or something like that.
Maybe.
If there's an Invisalign factory, I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking everything's a factory.
But I will tell you, like Dr. Chavez, the day I came down, of course I got to pay for the flight and everything, but we come down anyway.
We're on vacation.
So it's a little vacation, but we do our dental work here.
Yeah.
I would have had to do the dental work anyway, but I had full mouth x-ray, full cleaning, the manufacturer, and putting on a new crown. Total cost $900.
Yeah, and mine was $300. He did give me a little discount, but mine altogether, cleaning, whitening, fixing my cap,
and veneers.
Not veneers, my retainers. Two retainers.
$320.
Yeah.
And I know my crown and stuff would have cost, and everything I had done would have cost thousands.
Yeah.
Back home. So if you're going to do major dental work, if you really have that to do.
It's not that, and we're not selling you.
No.
We love America. It's just that we love traveling and we love our budget. We love spending a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
Mosquitoes bit me on my back, I think.
As we said, the mosquitoes love Antoinette. Okay, so we're going to end it here because we're pretty much out of the 100 laws that we thought were exciting. But if you're really interested, go online, type in the 100 laws that DeSantis just passed, effective July 1st, 2025, and you'll get a bunch of information on all the different laws that were passed, and look, see which ones may affect you. Okay. But we're going to enjoy the rest of our rainy Saturday here in Costa Rica. We come back home on Sunday. Yeah. And I think our next live episode from a foreign country will be in a couple weeks from
Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
We'll be in Jamaica. We have to work on we'll tell them later.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, thank you for signing in. Thanks for watching.
Guys.
I hope you guys are watching. And we are
Peace out. And remember, it's not just talk, it's legal shit. We're trying to keep quiet. We're not sure if kids are
one more time. Let's do it again. And remember, guys,
it's not just talk, it's legal shit.
Bye.
Bye.